What were some of the major causes of the English Peasants' Rebellion of 1381? Who wrote this? Wrong side. I'm trying to follow this guy. Yeah, constructing the bridge. The question is, what about constructing the bridge between the 10-minute ISW lesson and the real classroom lesson of 1 hour or whatever time frame your real lesson is? Let me paraphrase to see if I'm getting it here, but it's how do we take the 10-minute mini lesson and allow people to see the relevance of that to their everyday teaching. I have a number of responses to this. One is that often in the kind of work that I've been doing lately, people actually teach in 10-minute chunks. So for many people, particularly on work sites or in tailgate training or this kind of work, 10 or 15 minutes is an actual real lesson. The other response I've had to this is, have you ever watched a YouTube lesson? Yeah, people used to say, you can't possibly teach anything real in 10 minutes. This is 30 odd years ago. Like, how can you have real learning in 10 minutes? Yeah. I have not heard that at all since YouTube was invented. But so a 10-minute lesson can be just as real and profound as a 60-minute lesson. So let me say that as context. The other thing that I would say, and this is what I heard someone say just this morning, that I would report to all of you, is that there's somebody in this room, and you can speak to this more if you want when I'm done, who actually takes a chunk of time at the end of an ISW and says, okay, so we've learned all this stuff this week. What are some things that we can be doing to apply this to our regular teaching next week? How do we take this to our real world? Does a bridge-in have any connection to what we do in our regular teaching? Does group involvement have anything to do with what we do in our regular teaching? And so they're trying to make that connection from what they've learned in the mini lessons to what they're doing in regular teaching. And they actually do a little workshop and have a little feedback, not a feedback sheet, but a worksheet where they can actually start to think about how they can take away what they've learned in the ISW and carry it forward to their regular teaching. So I thought that was really great. I thought that's actually something I'm going to try and do more of myself at the end of the workshop. And I mean, I don't want to mention names, but if you want to speak to this yourself, feel free to. If anybody wants to add anything to that.
So I will, but it was the real question of helping people understand how to shape those ideas into their classroom practice. And so what I do with the session is say we've been working with this model and then use my inner teaching voice to explain my thinking as I work through what would be the context of the students, and then my thinking about bridging in and how we would work with the outcomes if I'm going to work with that at the beginning of the lesson, and what kinds of pre-assessment I might have done, and how I would build in participatory learning in an hour and a half or 2 hour class, and then how I might do a post-assessment and a summary. And then I work through my thinking of timing for that, how I work out the time frames that would be reasonable and that would be effective. And then we go into a session where they take one of their 10-minute lessons, and we talk about the fact that there often are, our classes are often 10 minutes of 10-minute lessons linked together gamification of the process in action, as they take that back into their classrooms. So that has been something that we've added to the ISW that has been very effective.